Hello, my name is Marty Windle and welcome to the SBL Guru podcast. In season 1 of the SBL Guru podcast, what we do is we look at strategy or SBL in real life. We take concepts or models from the SBL syllabus and we try to apply them in real life companies. So today what we're going to focus on is a topic which I'm sure you'll be familiar with in the SBL syllabus, and that is Michael Porter's value chain model. And we will apply that model to a company that's been around for over 200 years, from the time when people wore top hats and drove in horse-drawn carriages, and that company is Clark's Shoes. We'll look at how a 199-year-old shoe company uses every link of the value chain to maintain market dominance, and we can apply these insights in the SBL examination. Let's start off by properly unpacking Porter's value chain model. Most people see it as a simple flowchart, but in reality, it's a diagnostic tool that reveals where true competitive advantage is built. It breaks down into two sets of activities. The first one is the primary activities: inbound operations, outbound marketing and sales and service, and they represent the direct path from raw materials to satisfied customers. And we should not just look at these activities individually, but how they interconnect. Clark's operations will affect its marketing. Their UK craftsmanship allows them to market certain lines as premium. So we need to understand how the different elements connect together. And the second set of activities is called the support activities: infrastructure, HRM, technology, and procurement. Now, these aren't just mere back office functions. They actively force multipliers which enhance every primary activity. So let's start off with a walk through the key elements, those 9 key elements in the value chain. Starting with inbound logistics. Inbound logistics is a global ballet of materials. The inbound logistics are the inputs into your company, and Clark's raw material network spans 14 countries. Their premium leather comes from Italian tanneries that have supplied them for generations, while synthetic materials are sourced from cutting-edge Asian manufacturers. Now, in this inbound logistics, they are now using AI, artificial intelligence, to produce demand-driven forecasting to reduce the amount of unsold stock they have at the end of the season. And by doing so, they were able to reduce their dead stock by 23% since 2020. Second element is operations. If you visit their Somerset factory, you will see the craftsmen producing shoes that retail for over £300. Just 30 miles away, their automated facility produces 15,000 pairs daily using robotic cutting arms guided by computer vision. The secret sauce in Clark's manufacturing process is their proprietary blend of lean principles adapted to footwear. They reduced changeover times between styles by 40% through modular production cells. Now, the key issue they're facing at Clark's is their best craftsmen are nearing retirement. And what they're trying to do is incorporate technology to try and capture some of those skills of their veteran workers by incorporating their ideas into training AR simulations. Outbound logistics is about distribution. Now, at Clark's, they operate a hub-and-spoke distribution model with 3 mega fulfillment centres globally. In their UK facility, they process 60,000 pairs daily using autonomous mobile robots that reduce picking errors by 85%. Marketing and sales. Now, Clark's tries to think about targeting each market individually. They have 27 distinct marketing personas globally. In the UK, they emphasize heritage with their Since 1825 campaign. In China, they focus on technological innovation with localized WeChat mini programs featuring AR try-ons. In their retail strategy, it's equally nuanced. Flagship stores offer digital foot scanning and customization, while outlet stores clear inventory through dynamic pricing algorithms that adjust discounts in real time based on demand. They also have a Shoes for Schools program. It isn't just CSR, It gets children fitted with Clarks shoes early, creating lifetime customers. What about service? Well, Clarks Aftercare is surprisingly robust. Beyond standard warranties, they offer free deep cleaning for premium lines, sole replacement services, and a refresh program that restores old shoes to a new condition. So those are the primary activities, and in each activity we see how Clarks is trying to add value, trying to improve each activity to provide a better service to customers and gain a competitive advantage. Let's look at the secondary or support activities. So let's start with infrastructure. Picture Clarks headquarters in Somerset, England, stone buildings, rolling hills, but inside there's a global nerve centre, making decisions that ripple across 70 plus countries. This is the firm's infrastructure, the legal, the financial, and the strategic backbone that most of us never see. Here's how it works. Clarks operates like a federation. Headquarters set big rules, brand identity, sustainability targets, financial controls, but regional hubs, North America, Europe, and Asia, tweak the playbook. Need wider fits in US? Done. Lighter materials in the Southeast Asia heat? Check. It's like a classic trade-off between tight control and agility. Now, if you're in the exam and you're trying to comment on this, just ask yourself this question. Does the infrastructure in the company add value, or does it slow things down? You must try to achieve the right balance. Let's look at HRM, the soul of the shoes. Let's start off by talking about people, because behind every pair of Clarks shoes is a craftsperson who has spent decades stitching soles. Associates know exactly how to fit a stubborn arch, and designers know how to use the 3D printer to generate prototypes. Clarks' HR strategy is obsessed with expertise. They run apprenticeship programs with the British Footwear Association, training cobblers in skills that date back to the 1880s. The staff in each retail store are not just staff, they're also salespeople and fit experts, trained to measure feet like tailors measure suits. However, there's also a looming crisis. The average age of the shoemaker is 55 years old. Clarks is now racing to digitize craftsmanship before it disappears. Meanwhile, in Asia, where most of the production happens, they're battling high labor turnover in their factories. So HR is a massive issue that supports the other parts of the business. It's important to recognize that the deep knowledge that people in Clarks have is rare, valuable, and hard to copy. If we lose that, the brand will also crumble. Let's move on to the third element in the support activities, technology. If you walk into a Clarks Innovation Lab, you will see two realities colliding. A cobbler's bench, but also a 3D printer behind it. It's where tradition meets tech. Now at Clarks, what they're trying to do is dominate comfort technology. Their Comfort Plus system is like a memory foam for your feet. And their new algae-based foam soles are sustainable and springy. If we look at the technology, the big data behind the scenes, AI crunches sales data to predict which styles will fly and which styles will flop. However, it's important to recognize it's not all good news. Clarks was quite late to digital. At present, there's no app for foot scanning, and they've not been involved in the smart shoe market. For a heritage brand, that's risky, because while Clarks polishes its leather, startups are reinventing the shoe business entirely. The big challenge for Clarks is to innovate without losing what makes it a heritage business. Let's look at the last element in the support activities, and that is procurement. Procurement of raw materials, procurement of fixed assets, procurement of people. Now, it's often called the dirtiest part of the shoe business because every stitch of leather, every gram of rubber has a cost, financial and moral. Clark's always plays a tricky game. It buys leather in bulk from Italy, but also sources cheaper rubber from Vietnam. To maintain effective control, it demands ethical audits from its suppliers in order to maintain high ethical standards in the overseas factories. Their goal is to provide long-term relationships for their procurement processes. Some of the tanners have supplied them with leather for over 50 years. That trust means priority during shortages and the ability to demand sustainable practices. So all these are critical parts of the organization. Remember, the real war is won in the shadows, the HR training rooms, the R&D labs, and the tense negotiations with your leather suppliers. So think about this in the SBL exam. Primary activities make the money. Support activities make sure the money keeps on coming. So if you're in the examination and they ask you about using the value chain, what you must do is go through each of the activities. Remember the different activities, go through each one and look for areas where they're strong, where they're adding value, but also use it to criticize and highlight weaknesses or areas that need to be improved. We looked at Clark's technology. There are areas where they can improve their technology in the future. So you're looking at it, go through it as if it is a diagnostic check, strengths and weaknesses in their value chain, and take action to address the weaknesses, but also to maintain and sustain the key activities, the key things that add value in your value chain. Thanks very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me to increase visibility on this podcast. If you need help with your ACCA SBL exam, I run a number of courses, so please go to www.sblguru.com, sblguru.com. You'll find details of all my courses, including a pre-seen case study course, which has 2 mock exams based on the pre-seen. A whole range of prices there from £200 to £1,500. So if you want extra help, please get in touch and I will help you pass your ACCA exam.